is it an embassy? Is it in a country like the embassy of USA in China? Is it American territory?
Yeah.
How does that work?
There's something called the Vienna Convention that basically gives all the rules of the diplomatic and consular relations. And yes, the embassy itself is exterritorial. For example, for the police to come to an embassy, they cannot do it. They have to have an approval in advance and written to come inside. Also, the residence of the ambassador.
The residence
of the ambassador.
Just ambassador.
Yeah, and the cars also actually.
The cars.
The car also.
It can't be searched. Can't be
searched or something like that. Here in Guangzhou, it's a consular
residence.
Yes, so it has some other limits. But yes, it's an ex-territorial. Also here, the consulate general of each country.
Which country do you have to own it? Like
no,
Israel?
You can rent,
you rent it. Yeah. It's temporarily territory, ex-territory.
That's quite interesting. I've never thought about that.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of debates. For example, if you have a car accident, do you have the diplomatic immunity or not?
Yeah, I wanted to just talk about diplomatic immunity and some of, I don't know, what would be some of the perks that you could share with us about having diplomatic immunity.
Now, I never used it.
Well, diplomatic status, like no lines at the airports, no.
Nowadays, it's less and less. Let's put it that way. Yeah, sometimes you go on the diplomatic lane, but sometimes if you go there, they check your passports 5 times more. So and the baggage anyway, you have to wait. So what's the point?
Makes no difference.
No, the diplomatic immunity was based upon the ability to perform your job. That you have the ability to help your compatriots, your countrymen, that you can do stuff as a representative of another country. This is why it was done. Later on, it was a little bit more, you don't have to pay taxes, etc. But it's always bilateral. The same perks that we get here, we give to the Chinese over there, etc. Each country has its own rules, and it's always one against the other.
But it's not always with every country, everything. For example, we need visa to the USA.
Visa is another thing.